These meditations, they are kind of an experiment we are conducting. They are not, of course, a way to live your life 24/7. I suggest, for instance, to keep your eyes closed. You cannot do that while driving. So sit as comfortably as possible, and if possible, close your eyes. It's not mandatory, but it may be useful. And simply welcome all your thoughts, all your bodily sensations, all of your sense perceptions, which is mostly sounds and tactile perceptions, without trying to do anything about them. So that's the luxury of conducting an experiment. We don't have any agenda, right? We don't have to do anything. Everything that needed to be taken care of has been taken care of, or will be taken care of in 45 minutes. So we can be absolutely passive, or passive as much as we can. And this extreme passivity doesn't imply that we don't think. It is not the same as an absence of thoughts. Because thoughts, images in the mind, come up naturally, spontaneously. If we try to interrupt the flow of thoughts, that will be an activity which is precisely the opposite of the passivity we seek in this experiment. We minimalize, if you will, the expenditure of energy, so to speak. The body is not moving. There is no physical activity. So the residual activity is brain activity, if you will, mind stuff, thought-like stuff. And to minimize it, all we do is just let it flow, not stop it. Let it flow, but not act upon it. It is very interesting and the first time surprising to see that these thoughts and perceptions arise in an absolutely spontaneous fashion. They arise in us in a way which is not different from the sound of traffic outside or the birds calling. We can be there, and the next thought, the next image which is going to come up surprises us. In a sense, as a separate entity, we don't own them. We don't choose them. They just visit us. The thoughts are the visitors of our mind. So see what happens as we are conducting this experiment when we try to verify my assertion, my statement that the next thought surprises us. We don't know what the next thought is going to be any more than you know what my next words are going to be. And any more that I know what my next words are going to be, or at least my next thought. Everything is coming out of this presence from moment to moment, and in this meditation it is as if we were standing by the source, seeing, contemplating, observing. Whatever originates from the source from moment to moment, always new, always unexpected. Up until we realize that we are the source. We are not really standing next to it. That too is a concept, an image in our mind. We are the source, out of which all of these thoughts and perceptions keep arising, surprising us. Observe also the tendency to go into the past or into the future. Instead of staying by the source, so to speak. Any incursion into the past or into the future can be postponed up until after this experiment. There is no emergency to go into the past or into the future. Everything is fine. We have to understand that the past and the future are not real. Our reality is now or never. So because past and future are not real, no real satisfaction can be found traveling there. when that is understood, no matter how preposterous it may seem to be at first sight, the propensity to travel into the past and into the future, trying to find happiness there, has been dealt a lethal blow. As a result, it becomes easier and easier to come back to the now and to stay there effortlessly. Standing by the source out of which everything arises from moment to moment. A mistake would be to try to see the source, to try to feel the source, to try to experience the source. We have to understand it's impossible because we are the source. Just as the human I, EYE, we never see itself directly. It can see its reflection in a mirror in real time, or its image in a video later on. But it can never see itself directly, or, so to speak, I to I, EYE to EYE. It is the same here. We never can see I, letter I, to I, because we are it. We have always been it, will always be the invisible I. Everything we see is simply our creation from moment to moment. Everything we see is an emanation, a projection of the invisible source. If you are frustrated upon hearing this, that you can never see the source, think twice. Whatever we can see, we will lose sight of it sooner or later. But what we are will always be what we are. Remember the experiment we are conducting. Simple contemplation of whatever emanates from the source, from moment to moment, without following up on it. Allowing it in, allowing it out. Unimpeded flow of things. The passing things are simply reminders of our permanent being.